Have you ever had one of those moments where it feels like your emotions are completely in charge, where anger, frustration, or anxiety take over before you can even stop to think? Maybe it's an argument that spiraled out of control, a stressful situation at work, or even something small like a frustrating delay that left you feeling completely overwhelmed. It's like your mind and emotions are racing, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't calm yourself down. Sound familiar? What if I told you there's a way to change that, a way to take back control of your emotions, your reactions, and even your life? A method to remain calm no matter how chaotic the world around you gets. And no, it doesn't require years of meditation, special training, or living like a monk. The answer lies in a philosophy that's been around for thousands of years, a way of thinking practiced by some of the greatest minds in history, and yet it's so simple and practical that you can start applying it to your life today. Welcome to the world of Stoicism, a philosophy designed not just for intellectuals but for real people living real lives, facing real challenges. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending that problems don't exist. It's about learning how to respond to life with strength, clarity, and unshakable calm. It's the art of self-control, mastering your inner world so that the outer world doesn't break you. In this video, we're going to uncover the Stoic secret to staying calm in any situation. We'll explore practical techniques rooted in ancient wisdom but perfectly suited for the modern world. These are tools that will help you remain steady in the storm, think clearly under pressure, and build emotional resilience that lasts a lifetime. Imagine a life where you don't get rattled by criticism, where setbacks don't send you into a spiral, where you face every challenge with confidence and calm. That's the power of mastering self-control, and the best part? Anyone can learn how to do it. Yes, even you. So stick around because we're not just talking about theory here. We're diving into actionable strategies you can start using right now to take control of your emotions and unlock your inner strength. By the end of this video, you'll see life in a completely new way. But before we dive in, let me ask for one small favor. If you're ready to take this journey with me, hit that like button. And if you want to keep learning powerful, life-changing ideas like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a chance to grow, learn, and level up your life. Now, let's get started. Let's explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and discover how mastering self-control can help you stay calm in any situation. You're about to learn a secret that has stood the test of time, and it's one that could change your life forever. Let's start with a question. What if I told you that the key to staying calm, no matter what happens, isn't about controlling the world around you but about mastering what's within you? That's the essence of Stoicism, one of the most practical and transformative philosophies ever created. Stoicism was born over 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece and Rome. It's not just a set of abstract ideas, it's a way of life designed to help people navigate the chaos of the world with strength and clarity. At its core, Stoicism teaches us this powerful truth. Focus only on what you can control and let go of everything else. Simple, right? Yet this principle has the potential to completely change how you approach life. Let me introduce you to some of the greatest minds behind this philosophy. First, there's Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who ruled one of the most powerful empires in history. Despite the immense pressure of leading a vast and often chaotic world, Marcus found peace through Stoicism. His private journal, later published as Meditations, is filled with insights on how to stay calm and rational in the face of adversity. Then there's Epictetus, a former slave who rose to become one of the most influential Stoic teachers. Epictetus reminds us that while we can't control the cards life deals us, we can control how we play them. His teachings focus on the idea that our power lies in how we choose to respond to life's challenges. And finally, there's Seneca, a philosopher and statesman who lived through the political turmoil of ancient Rome. Seneca's writings are a treasure trove of wisdom on resilience, self-discipline, and finding tranquility in a turbulent world. Now, what ties all these thinkers together is their commitment to mastering what the Stoics called inner calm. Inner calm isn't about ignoring problems or pretending that life is perfect. It's about developing the ability to remain steady and unshaken, no matter what happens. Picture a tree standing tall in the middle of a storm. The wind may howl, the rain may pour, but its roots are deep and strong. That's the essence of Stoic inner calm. So how do we achieve this calm? The Stoics teach us that it all begins with our perception. Epictetus said, "It's not events that disturb us, but how we interpret them." Think about that for a moment. It's not the traffic jam, the criticism, or the bad day at work that upsets you. It's the story you tell yourself about these events. Let's break that down with an example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You're late for an important meeting, and frustration is bubbling up inside you. Now, the Stoic approach would be to pause and ask yourself, can I control this traffic? The answer, of course, is no. But what can you control? Your reaction. You can choose to get angry, or you can choose to take a deep breath, accept the situation, and use the time to think, listen to something uplifting, or simply practice patience. This shift in perception is where the magic of Stoicism happens. By focusing only on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and choices, you free yourself from the unnecessary stress and frustration that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. Another key concept in Stoicism is the idea of the dichotomy of control. This simply means that in every situation, there are things within your control and things outside of it. The Stoics teach us to identify which is which and to focus our energy only on what we can influence. Think of it like packing for a journey. You don't waste time worrying about the weather, you just bring an umbrella. And here's the thing. When you stop wasting energy on things outside your control, something incredible happens. You free up that energy to focus on what truly matters, your actions, your mindset, and your growth. This is the foundation of self-control, mastering your inner world so that the outer world doesn't overwhelm you. The Stoics also believed in living according to nature, which means accepting life as it is, not as we wish it to be. Seneca put it beautifully when he said, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be." This doesn't mean settling for less or giving up on your dreams. It means recognizing that life will always have its ups and downs and finding peace in the knowledge that you can handle it all with grace and resilience. So, to sum it up, Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or detached. It's about finding freedom and strength in knowing what's within your control and what isn't. It's about changing your perspective and realizing that your power lies not in the external world but in your own mind. By understanding these foundational principles, focusing on what you can control, mastering your perception, and cultivating inner calm, you're already on the path to mastering self-control. And once you embrace this mindset, you'll start to see the world and your place in it in a completely new way. Now that we've explored the foundation of Stoicism, let's move on to the real question. How do we actually put these principles into practice? How can you, starting today, develop unshakable self-control? The answer lies in simple, actionable techniques that can transform your everyday life. Let's break them down. 1. Pause before reacting. Picture this. You're in the middle of a heated argument. Your pulse is racing, your voice is rising, and you're about to say something you know you'll regret. What if, instead of reacting impulsively, you took a moment to pause? Here's the first Stoic technique. When emotions flare up, take a deep breath. That's it. Just breathe. This simple act of pausing creates a tiny gap between what happens to you and how you choose to respond, and in that gap lies your power. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When you pause before reacting, you reclaim that power. Let's put this into a relatable scenario. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. A car cuts you off, and your initial reaction is anger, maybe even road rage. But instead of hitting the horn or yelling, you take a breath. You remind yourself, this situation is beyond my control. What is within my control is my reaction. Just like that, you've shifted from being controlled by your emotions to being in control of them. 2. Practice negative visualization. Here's a technique that might sound unusual at first. Prepare for the worst. This is called negative visualization, and it's one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic toolkit. Negative visualization means imagining challenges or setbacks before they happen, not to dwell on negativity, but to train your mind to stay calm and composed. The Stoics believed that by preparing for worst-case scenarios, you'd be better equipped to handle them if they actually occur. For example, let's say you have an important presentation tomorrow. Instead of obsessing over everything that could go right, take a moment to visualize what could go wrong. Maybe your slides don't work, or you stumble over your words. By picturing these situations, you mentally prepare yourself to stay composed. You might even come up with backup plans, like printing out your slides or rehearsing without them. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, put it this way: rehearse worst-case scenarios so you can face life's blows with strength and resilience. When you practice negative visualization, you're not being pessimistic, you're building emotional armor. 3. Focus on your circle of control. Let's talk about something we all struggle with: worrying about things we can't control. How often do you stress over someone else's opinion of you, the outcome of a situation, or even the weather? The Stoics teach us to focus only on what's within our circle of control. Epictetus, the former slave-turned-philosopher, explained this perfectly. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Your thoughts, actions, and choices? Those are up to you. The opinions, actions, or circumstances of others? Those are not. Here's how you can apply this in real life. Imagine you're waiting to hear back about a job interview. You might feel anxious, replaying every moment of the interview in your head. But pause and ask yourself, is this within my power to change? The answer is no. What is in your control is how you spend your time while waiting. You could learn a new skill, focus on another job application, or simply relax and recharge. When you focus on your circle of control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. It's like cleaning out mental clutter, letting go of what doesn't serve you and doubling down on what does. 4. Daily reflection. Now, here's a habit that can truly transform your self-control over time: daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review your actions. Ask yourself, did I control my emotions today, or did they control me? Were my reactions thoughtful, or were they impulsive? Did I focus on what I could control, or did I waste energy on what I couldn't? This simple practice of reflection helps you become more aware of your patterns and gradually refine them. The great Stoics often wrote about the importance of self-examination. Marcus Aurelius, in his journal, constantly reviewed his thoughts and behaviors, reminding himself to live with intention. To make this practice even more powerful, try writing down your reflections. Keep a journal where you jot down moments when you felt challenged and how you responded. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and, more importantly, progress. Here's a quick story to illustrate this. A friend of mine once struggled with losing his temper at work. After incorporating daily reflection, he started identifying triggers that made him angry, like tight deadlines or critical feedback. By recognizing these patterns, he was able to prepare for them and respond with calmness instead of frustration. Within a few months, he noticed a remarkable change in his behavior. A unified approach to self-control. Now, imagine combining all these techniques. You start your day practicing negative visualization, preparing your mind for whatever challenges may come. Throughout the day, you focus only on what's within your control, letting go of distractions and frustrations. When emotions arise, you pause, take a deep breath, and choose your response wisely. And at night, you reflect on your actions, learning and growing a little more each day. This isn't just about becoming calmer, it's about becoming stronger. Stoic self-control isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about channeling them in a way that empowers you. It's about mastering your inner world so that no external chaos can shake you. Remember, these techniques aren't just theories, they're tools. And like any tools, the more you use them, the sharper they become. So start small. Choose one technique to practice today. Maybe it's pausing before reacting, or focusing on your circle of control. Whatever it is, commit to it, because every small step brings you closer to mastering self-control and unlocking the calm, confident version of yourself that's been waiting all along. Let's take a moment to imagine something. Picture yourself as the calmest person in the room, no matter what's happening around you. People are arguing, the world feels chaotic, and yet you remain composed. Now, ask yourself, what could you achieve with that kind of self-control? How much better could your life be? This is where the benefits of mastering self-control come into focus. Let's dive into why developing this skill is not just a philosophical ideal but a practical superpower that can transform every aspect of your life. 1. Better decision-making. First, Let's talk about decision-making. How many times have you made a choice in the heat of the moment only to regret it later? Maybe you sent a harsh text in anger, quit a project in frustration, or spent money impulsively. Lack of self-control often leads to decisions driven by emotion rather than reason. When you master self-control, you flip the script, you pause, think, and choose wisely. Why does this matter? Because life is a series of decisions. The quality of your decisions determines the quality of your life. Imagine you're at work and a colleague criticizes your idea in a meeting. Your initial reaction might be to snap back or shut down. But with self-control, you take a moment to breathe and respond thoughtfully. Instead of escalating tension, you use the opportunity to ask questions, clarify your point, or even learn from their perspective. Over time, this approach builds your reputation as someone who's level-headed and solution-focused, a true leader. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Self-control gives you the clarity to act with integrity and wisdom, even under pressure. 2. Emotional resilience. Next, let's explore emotional resilience, the ability to handle life's inevitable ups and downs without being thrown off balance. Think about it. How often do setbacks, criticism, or unexpected challenges ruin your day, or even your week? When you lack self-control, emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness can take over. But when you develop emotional resilience, you become unshakable. Consider this: someone criticizes your work harshly. Without self-control, you might take it personally, feel hurt, or lash out defensively. But with emotional resilience, you pause and remind yourself, it's not the criticism itself that bothers me, it's how I choose to interpret it. You see the feedback as an opportunity for growth rather than an attack on your character. Epictetus captured this idea perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you master self-control, you gain the power to choose your response, no matter the situation. Over time, this makes you stronger, not in a cold, detached way, but in a way that allows you to face life's challenges with grace and courage. 3. Stronger relationships. Now, let's talk about something we all care deeply about: relationships. Whether it's with your family, friends, co-workers, or partner, the quality of your relationships plays a huge role in your happiness. Here's the thing: when you're not in control of your emotions, relationships suffer. A moment of anger can lead to hurtful words, a burst of frustration can create distance. On the other hand, self-control allows you to respond with empathy, patience, and clarity, even in difficult moments. Imagine you're having a disagreement with a loved one. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting the argument spiral out of control, you take a step back. You listen, you understand, and you communicate thoughtfully. This doesn't mean avoiding conflict. It means handling it in a way that strengthens the bond rather than breaking it. Here's a real-world example. A friend of mine once struggled with constant arguments in their marriage. They decided to focus on self-control, practicing Stoic techniques like pausing before reacting and reflecting on their actions daily. Over time, their relationship transformed: fewer fights, deeper understanding, and a stronger connection, all because they chose to control themselves instead of trying to control their partner. Self-control doesn't just improve relationships, it deepens them. It shows others that you're reliable, thoughtful, and trustworthy, and in return, they're more likely to respond with the same level of respect and understanding. 4. Managing stress in modern life. Let's bring this all together by looking at the world we live in today. Stress is everywhere: work deadlines, social media pressures, family responsibilities, unexpected challenges. It's easy to feel overwhelmed. But self-control is like a shield against the chaos. When you master it, you gain the ability to navigate modern life with calm and clarity. Take social media, for example. How often do you find yourself scrolling, comparing, and feeling inadequate? Without self-control, it's easy to fall into this trap. But with it, you set boundaries. You remind yourself, this is not within my control. What matters is how I use my time and energy. Instead of wasting hours online, you focus on what truly fulfills you. Or consider unexpected challenges, like a sudden car breakdown or an important meeting being rescheduled. These moments can feel stressful and frustrating. But when you focus on your circle of control, you realize, I can't change what happened, but I can control how I handle it. That simple mindset shift turns stress into an opportunity to adapt and grow. 5. The ultimate benefit, freedom. Here's the ultimate benefit of mastering self-control, freedom. Freedom from being a prisoner of your emotions. Freedom from reacting impulsively. Freedom from the need for external validation. When you're in control of yourself, you become unstoppable. You're no longer at the mercy of circumstances or other people's opinions. You act with purpose, clarity, and confidence. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature. It means aligning your actions with what truly matters and letting go of everything else. It's about finding peace, not in a world that's perfect, but in a world that's unpredictable, imperfect, and beautifully human. So why should you invest time in mastering self-control? Because it's not just about staying calm, it's about creating a life of purpose, resilience, and meaningful connections. It's about making better decisions, building emotional strength, and becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Remember, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start small. Practice pausing before reacting. Reflect on your actions daily. Focus on what's within your control. With each step, you'll feel the benefits, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. As we wrap up today's journey into the art of mastering self-control, let's pause for a moment and reflect. Why does this matter? Why should you take these principles and techniques and make them a part of your life? Because self-control is more than just staying calm. It's the key to unlocking the best version of yourself. Let's be real, mastering self-control isn't a one-time achievement. It's a practice, a daily effort to pause, reflect, and choose. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Think of it this way. Every time you pause before reacting, every time you choose to focus on what's within your control, you're training your mind. And over time, this training adds up. You become calmer, more composed, and more confident in handling life's challenges. So here's what I encourage you to do. Start small. Begin with one technique. Maybe it's pausing before reacting the next time you feel anger, frustration, or stress creeping in. Take a deep breath. Count to 5. Ask yourself, what's the best way to handle this? That one simple habit can make a world of difference. Now, I want to leave you with a challenge. This week, commit to practicing self-control in one specific area of your life. Maybe it's at work. The next time a coworker tests your patience, take that pause. Respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. Maybe it's with your family or friends. The next time a disagreement arises, listen first. Take a step back and choose your words carefully. Or maybe it's with yourself. The next time you're tempted to procrastinate, overindulge, or give into a bad habit, remind yourself of your ultimate goal. Ask yourself, is this action bringing me closer to the person I want to be? Whatever you choose, commit to it fully. And here's the key, keep track of your progress. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, did I practice self-control today? What did I do well? What can I improve tomorrow? Growth happens in these small, daily reflections. I'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences in the comments below. What situation did you face? How did you apply the techniques? What results did you see? Let's create a community of growth, a space where we can learn from each other and celebrate our progress. Remember, mastering self-control isn't just about staying calm during stressful moments. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing who you want to be, no matter the circumstances. Imagine living a life where external chaos no longer dictates your internal state. Imagine facing challenges with confidence and clarity. Imagine building relationships founded on trust, empathy, and understanding. That's the life you're working toward, and every time you practice self-control, you take one step closer to it. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said it best, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." You have that power within you. It's not about perfection. It's about progress, one decision at a time, one step at a time. If you found this video valuable, let's keep this journey going. Hit the like button to let us know you're on board. Subscribe to the channel for more insights and practical tools to master your mind and your life. And don't forget to share this video with someone who could use a little extra calm and clarity in their day. Together, let's build a world where more people choose self-control over impulsiveness, wisdom over chaos, and calm over stress. Thank you for joining me today. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take a deep breath, focus on what you can control, and embrace the best version of yourself.